Hey, it's Johnny with Chicago South SEO, once again coming to you to discuss small business internet marketing and search engine optimization, or how to be found on the internet. And this is the fifth and final video in our series of SEO video presentations. And video number 5, we're going to talk about internet marketing as it relates to search engine marketing, SEM, and search engine optimization, SEO. Search engine marketing. What is search engine marketing? Or search engine marketing, aka internet marketing, is the umbrella term covering search engine optimization, SEO, paid advertising, whether it's PPC, pay-per-click, or cost per click. Also, content marketing or article writing falls under search engine marketing, as well as social media, believe it or not, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. So all of these things are part of search engine marketing. A lot of times you will hear people mistake SEO with SEM. SEO is a component or a subcomponent of search engine marketing, along with the other three. We're going to be talking about search engine optimization in this video, as well as some search engine basics and local SEO. SEO is the process of tweaking a website's pages in order to rank better in the search engines. The ultimate goal of SEO is to be listed or have your website listed on the first page of the search engine results. For instance, if someone's searching for something in Google, you would want your website to show up on the first page. Now you might be asking, why is SEO important? Well, one of the reasons SEO is important is because almost 90% of all clicks by a searcher happen on the first page. The rest are spread amongst the second and third pages. For example, the phrase "how to create a newsletter" gets approximately 33,100 global searches each month. Now, assuming a click-through rate of 35%, or 11,585 clicks, 90% of those would take place on the first page, which is about 10,427. And those would be to sites listed on the first page. The remaining 1,100 or 1,158 would go to the second and third pages, or the other pages. So that kind of gives you an idea of why you want to be on the first page, because 90% of the time people are clicking on things on the first page, and if you're not on the first page, if your website's not on the first page, you miss out on those clicks. Let's talk a little bit about SEO basics. One of the basics of SEO is what's called meta tags. And meta tags are the behind-the-scenes code that contains information about your site, which is communicated to the search engines. Now, when meta tags are created correctly, they provide information to search engines, such as the title of a web page, what the web page is about, and which keywords represent the page's content. I want to discuss probably the two most important meta tags, and those are the title and the description tag. Now, the title tag I consider the most important tag because search engines use the information in the title tag to populate the search engine's result pages. And that's that blue link when you type something in Google that you get back. And the second important thing I would say is the description tag. The meta description tag is a brief statement of what each of your web pages is all about, or that's also used in the SERP. And in any situation, you'd want your title tag on each page and your description tag to be unique, to be different. You don't want them to be the same. Here's an example of the title tag and the description tag coming into play. If you were to type in small business website designs, chances are you would see my website come up. and usually what you'll see is a blue link followed by the URL in green, and then a description of what the web page is about. That description comes from the meta description tag, and the blue link would be populated from the meta title tag. Now, if you don't have the description and the title tag, Google and most of the search engines can do a decent job of populating those, but it's going to be taking the content from what you have on the first couple of paragraphs of your web page. To gain complete control of that, I suggest that you create a unique title tag and a unique meta description tag. And then there's also the keyword tag. It's kind of important, not nearly as important as it used to be. For instance, none of the major search engines will even rank or even use that as a ranking factor. There are some other search engines that will use it, but then also the keyword tag does come into play, or I believe it comes into play for contextual ads and things like that. But that's basically it. But anyway, let's go through the definition. The keyword tag, keywords, or more to the point, keyword phrases are the phrases that searchers use to find your product or services. For instance, shoes would be a keyword. To me, a keyword phrase would be blue leather pumps size 7. That's a more descriptive keyword phrase. Usually in the industry, shoes would be considered a short tail phrase, and blue leather pumps size 7 would be considered a long tail keyword phrase. Someone looking for shoes is probably a browser. Someone looking for blue leather pump size 7 is someone that's looking to buy. That would be the big difference. SEO basics in terms of the title tag. When you are working on your web pages, you want your title tag, in my opinion, to be no more than 60 characters long. I know Google will do up to 69, and I think Yahoo or Bing will do up to 72, something like that. I don't have the numbers in front of me. But to be on the safe side, I would make sure that your title tag is no longer than 60 characters. The description tag, I would say no more than 156 characters long if you have a static website, or if it's a static page. If it's a blog post and it's using dates, I would say don't make it any longer than 143 characters. But for most blogs, you'd want to keep it between 143 and 147. When it comes to keyword phrases, what you want to try to do is you want to try to focus on one per page, or one content per page or blog post, and then use no more than 3 in the meta tags. As I said before, the meta tag, you can almost omit it, and I think you'll be fine. But I do it more out of habit. But usually it's best to focus on no more than one keyword phrase per web page. Another part of SEO is writing content. And one of the things you're going to want to do when you write content is you want to write good content, and you want to make sure that you include enough content. A blog post that is 1,200 words versus a blog post that's 200 words. The chances are that 1,200 word blog post is going to probably get more of a benefit of doubt in terms of ranking factors in Google, in my opinion. But even when you're writing your content, you want to make sure you use what's called hierarchy tags, such as H1 and H2 headers. You also want to use relevant keyword phrases in your article. And you also want to make sure that your content is at least 250 words or better. I say the ideal size for a blog post or a web page is about 500 to 800 words. In my opinion, although nowadays you're seeing blog posts that are anywhere between 1,200 to 2,500 words. I would say 500 to 800 would be the sweet spot. General SEO versus local SEO. Now you might be saying, what's the difference? We're going to talk about the difference right here. SEO is the overall process of tweaking a website's pages in order to rank better in the search engines. Local SEO is a component of SEO that focuses on promoting a website for local online traffic. And we'll talk about what are some of the advantages of local SEO. Why is local SEO a big deal? Here's some of the reasons why local SEO is a big deal. For every $1 spent in the US online, $5 to $6 are still spent offline on local purchases. People are still buying things. Yeah, we're ordering stuff online, but people are still spending a ton of money offline at brick and mortar stores. Also, those offline purchases were initiated with an online search for local products or services. So even though people were looking online, it was for the sole purpose of buying something in most cases offline. Let's move on. Also, just to kind of help you understand why it's a big deal, 97% of internet users in the United States get shopping information online. And of those consumers, 51% will define themselves or they define their behavior as shop online but purchase locally. People are still buying stuff, offline, but they are searching more for stuff online. Basically, what we're coming into is what I coin the age of the informed shopper. And one of the reasons why we do that is even though online is a great thing and we can buy things and we can really get them at great prices, we are still an immediate society. We just hate to wait. We like things now. And so oftentimes we will search for things online or we'll do our research online, but then we'll take that same research and we'll find a store locally in our neighborhoods or not too far from us, and we will make our purchases. Here's a really cool example of how local SEO will work. I've got a son. I've got a 16-year-old. And my son, let's say he wants a pair of gym shoes. And we've done this before. He'll go on Google. He'll perform a search. He will find a brand of shoe that he likes. Usually it's Nike. He will then search for a store within 15 miles. Because I usually takes about anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes to drive that distance. What he will also do is he will print the information and he will usually look for some sort of savings, like a 10% coupon or something. We will then take that information, we will make a phone call. I don't have that here. We'll usually make a phone call and then we'll verify that what we're looking for is there, and then we'll drive to the local store and we'll make the purchase. That's what a lot of people are doing these days. Here's some SEO takeaways that I want to leave you with. One, install Google Analytics. You need to do that so you can keep score. How are you going to know who's visiting your site and how often if you don't have some form of analytics software? Next, keep in mind that when you're creating your web pages that you want to have unique titles for each web page. And also you want to have a unique description for that web page as well. One thing I don't have on here I want to mention, you also want to have within that description a CTA or call to action. A lot of times we will go through the trouble of writing content or writing descriptions, but we will never ask the question, or we will never ask the customer to, hey, call me or click here or buy from me or visit us. Those are just call to actions. So you want to make sure that your description is unique and you also include a call to action. The fourth thing is you want to make sure that you are using keywords in your titles, descriptions, and in your content. And those keywords should be a phrase that describes the product or service that you have. And the fifth thing is you want to, if you're a local business or you want to sell locally, you must use local SEO. It'll make it easier to rank for you. And also keep in mind that SEO continues to change, it continues to evolve. It's not a one and done, but it's an ongoing, continual process. And have patience, as I said before, it's an ongoing process. It's not something that happens overnight. It may take 3 months for you to see improvements or to see rankings. It may not, but sometimes it will. So those are the takeaways regarding SEO. Also want to just leave you with some resources. Here's some recommended help sites. How to create a website, a really great resource for website newbies. There's also the Google Search Engine Optimization Guide. There's a great SEO website called Search Engine Land. There's also the SEO Moz, which is another website. And there's also a website called Local SEO Guide. And then there's a podcast that I recommend called webmasterradio.fm, which has a series of different podcasts concerning dealing with internet marketing and SEO. And then another site I recommend is called Get Listed, which is a site that's great for anyone that deals with a lot of clients, particularly locally. Some tools that I recommend. These tools can help with site analysis. I'm not going to read the names, but I'll just make sure that I talk through this so that you can at least see these tools. But I highly recommend that you use at least the free ones, because they can help you. But I will recommend one, and that's the Google AdWords keyword tool. Great tool, and it's free. So that's basically the end of the presentation for video 5. I do want to say, hey, let's stay connected. Here's my contact information. My website address, www.chicagosouthseo.com. There's my email address. But also, go to my website, visit my Facebook page, and like me. I'd appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter. There's my Twitter handle. Chicago Web Biz. But then also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd greatly appreciate all of those things. And finally, I just want to say thanks for spending time with me. Once again, this is Johnny of Chicago South SEO for small business internet marketing. I hope that this video and this series of videos has been helpful. If there's anything you think I may have missed or anything you think that I might be able to help you with, certainly feel free to reach out to me using the contact information that I talked about earlier. Once again, take care. Have a great day. Thank you for your time.